podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome.
So, we are the Positive Tribe. We are here to help you and help each other.
Mostly help each other.
Mostly
Yeah.
help each other.
We need a lot of help.
Because we are definitely, we're not perfect.
Nope, no one is.
And
Go ahead.
that's why we're here, is because we are here to share our experiences, help you overcome your experiences, and just create new experiences for everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why don't we do some intros, who we are, what our story is.
Go ahead. You
All
start.
right, I'll start. My name is Derek Staley. Me, Dan, and Shannon go way back. I don't remember how we officially met. That was years ago. But we've always bounced ideas off each other of what we want to do with our lives, what we want to do with business, what we want to do with, we've mentioned podcasts, mentioned some other things. But recently we were talking and we're like, we need to start something. We need to do a podcast. And the idea of, positivity, mind shifts, law of attraction came up because we're all kind of drawn to that kind of stuff. So one thing led to another, and I think we all have a kind of a story we can share, and we know everyone else has a story they can share. So we, one thing led to another. We just kind of came up with this name of the Positive Tribe. We think tribe kind of is inviting. Everyone can relate to that word. It's kind of a family knit word that everyone can relate to. So that's kind of how we came about, and we want to just share our story and hear from you guys, and
Because we would love to share your story as well.
yeah, absolutely.
So, if
Exactly.
you have any stories you guys want to get with us, just definitely let us know in the comments, and we'll definitely talk with you.
Yep. And as the podcast go, we'll kind of go more in depth with each of our stories, and you'll get to know us a little more. But Shanna, let's hear from you.
Yeah. She loves being in the spotlight, so.
I'm Shanna. I don't like cameras.
But
know.
she is the mastermind behind the social media aspect of everything.
She is our social media master.
Yep.
Yep.
Exactly.
So when most of the time you're interacting on there, you're interacting with her. Yeah, no, me and Derek, we also, or Derek and I apologize.
Yeah, come on.
We also get in there and comment every once in a while as well. So you're going to be talking with all of us. And then Mandy, your wife, is going to be doing a little bit here and there as well.
She's a little camera shy, but she actually said she was planning on coming, but kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, tell us a little bit about you.
What do you like? What are your
I
interests? Tell the world.
spend a lot of time reading and baking and cooking and going along with Daniel, my husband's plans.
And she's
About
an
it.
author.
She is an author of
Yes.
a few cookbooks.
World renowned.
Yep.
Yes, I write
No, it's very cool.
cookbooks and yeah, that's about it.
But hey, Derek, you didn't tell us anything about you other than how we got
Good
started
point.
as a
Yes,
group.
I know. Come on, I was supposed
You
to push
skipped-
it
Gotta
on
put you in the
guys.
spotlight.
I thought it was over. I thought it was going that way. So going back to kind of what we're trying to create here, I keep telling my wife I'm going through this midlife crisis that never ends. It's like, it's not a midlife crisis anymore, it's a life crisis. So, so years ago I got involved with a few businesses, and I just kept working, and then just recently I decided, I need to slow life down. I need to kind of enjoy my family. I need to, hang out with friends and stuff more, do more podcasts and stuff that I actually enjoy. So, but in a nutshell, I do enjoy business. I enjoy outdoors. Me and my wife have 3 kids, and our life's just crazy. We're always moving around. We're always doing one thing or another. But I'm trying to slow life down, and that's kind of the message that I want to portray to anyone that watches this podcast or that follows our page is, slow life down, enjoy things, find out what your hobbies are. Me and my wife were talking the other day, and she was asking me, well, what do you enjoy? I'm like, I don't know what I enjoy. I don't know what my hobbies are. I've gotten too caught up in the rat race of work and trying to build, a business and, my little empire or whatever, but which is good. I think everyone should create some wealth, monetary wealth to pass on to their family. I think that's a good thing. But But if you get too obsessed or caught up in one thing, that can turn into a bad thing. So, in a nutshell, slow life down. That's what I'm trying to do. That's kind of been my focus lately, is find out what my hobbies are. I don't know what those are yet, but I'm going to figure them out.
and we hope to help you figure those out, because
exactly.
we're here to help each other.
Yep, exactly.
So, well, I guess it's my turn then, huh?
Dan the man.
Oh gosh, I should have just been like, "Hey, thanks for watching."
Yes.
But so I'm Dan. I've got a few different hobbies. I can't pick one. I just switch through all of them. I go from so by trade, I just work for doing garage doors. Nothing too crazy. But when it comes to after work, I'm kind of one of those adventurers. I like to go out and kind of hike and see the sights. Always looking for something new and old like petroglyphs, stuff like that. I am obsessed with anything history, and I've always been that way. So I actually do gold prospecting and things like that, and that's actually really fun. I enjoy it.
Fun. I got into that a little bit, but man, me and you need to go out sometime.
Yes,
it's super fun.
I'll have to show you some of my secret spots.
Right. We won't tell you.
Or maybe who knows?
Yeah,
we might do something. Yeah. But so yeah, well, that's kind of my big thing is just going out and adventuring. I do little odds and end things here and there. I collect Hot Wheels cars and just old collectible things, and I make wire trees out of wire and things like that. So it's just whatever I feel like doing at the time. But when it comes down to like holidays, Shannon and we are obsessed with holidays, so we'll decorate just about everything.
It's true. Yep.
And our Christmas lights, our holiday decorations in general are just crazy. Halloween, yep, that's a big one. So
I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday.
Well, yeah, you get candy, right?
Candy?
From strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, kids, don't do that. But so that's kind of me in a nutshell. Whatever intrigues me at the time is what I do, and
I think that's good. Is whatever intrigues you at the time. I mean,
well, yeah, whatever makes you happy.
And that's one thing that me and my wife talked about is you don't have to be stuck with one hobby forever. I mean, try different things.
Exactly. Yeah, because you never know what you're gonna like.
Yep.
Because for all you know, you might be a hardcore car mechanic type hobbyist, and then you end up finding out that you like decorating with flowers and stuff too.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not trying to polarize anything, but yeah, it's like
true.
You never know what you really are interested in until you try it.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's what we're all about. We're here. We're positivity. We're in such a negative world now that we kind of want to get a break from that. We want to create a positive place that everyone can come, which is why we have the tribe.
Yep.
And I hope you guys enjoy that. I hope you guys do.
One thing, I don't know if it was one of us that talked about it when we were talking about starting this, but someone mentioned, when you turn on the news, all you see is negativity. I mean, and maybe that was you, because that's what people are drawn to. That's what creates views, and I get that. I mean, people want to know what's going on in the world, but
there's positive too.
At one point, at some point, you got to just turn that off. And like I said, there's so much positive, so much good, but the world tends to make you focus on the negative, and it's unfortunate because, like I said, if you go out on a normal day, you'll see a million good things, but you focus on what you want to focus on. So.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is it's like when you're watching the news, you're watching stuff all over the world.
Yeah.
Stuff that's not personally affecting you.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're feeling personally attacked by it.
Yeah.
And that's causing, a lot more negativity. And when it comes down to it, if you just turn it off, looked outside, if you look out your window, I bet you're going to find at least one thing that makes you smile.
Yeah. Exactly. It's easy to find if you look for it.
Exactly.
No, you don't have to look for it. You just have to pay
slow
attention.
Down. Yeah, just slow down.
Yep. Exactly.
So, yep, and that's
So what's what do you guys want what do you want this to turn into, the Positive Tribe? What do you envision this turning into, or what do we think we want this to become?
Well, I definitely want to see this thing grow. I want there to be groups, communities all over the country, all over the world that will get together and have good times with everybody, have positive experiences, go out, do service projects, and help make this world a better place.
Yep.
That's what I envision.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Shanna does a good job at creating a post for every day of, something that you can focus on, something that you can do, something that you've been told by someone, stuff like that. So I think that's gonna be a good engaging experience. So thoughts? Come on, let's hear from you. You're the master behind all of it.
Kind of like Dan was saying, I want everyone to be able to get together and just hang out, build each other up, and focus on more positivity rather than negativity, and just, I don't know, just create a fun big group, I guess, just all over the world, and
Yeah.
be able to do events and get together. Yeah.
Yep. And I was just thinking something you said just barely, like big groups but small groups. It's interesting because social media makes you feel so disconnected but so connected at the same time. So I think if you use social media for good, then it's going to actually create that tight-knit group, because social media, it makes you feel like you can connect to anyone, but then if you are obsessed with it, or if you are always on it for the wrong reasons, you're going to disconnect from what's most important to you. So
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, that's a good thought. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I totally agree. Like when you're in a big group online, it's like there's a lot of them that live right around you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got people in Salt Lake, we've got people down here in southern Utah where we're out of. We've got people back east. We've got people all over. I mean, we're a small group right now, but we're growing.
Right. We're growing.
And as we grow, there's going to be a lot more people around you.
Yep.
And you're going to be able to get with them, and you can create your own little mini tribes.
Yep.
And it'll really change a lot of stuff.
Heck yeah. No, that's
So-
cool. And then I was thinking of another question. Let me think if it comes to my mind. What how did we come up with the name? Was it
It was a lot of work.
It was
Yeah.
a lot. I know. I was just thinking, I'm like, we went through so many name options, and the logo. That's another story too. The logo.
Oh,
yeah.
That was good, but
Because we wanted something that really
we kind of
brought-
touched on the tribe thing, but
Yeah.
what were you saying? We wanted something that
But we wanted something that was straight and to the point, but was still, kind of personable. And we were like thinking of paradigm shifts and all this other stuff, and we were just like, well, that's kind of very technical, and we just wanted something a little bit more just simple, and that's why we're like positivity.
Yeah.
This just
Yeah.
positivity in general is
Yeah.
what our aim is. So the Positive Tribe, I mean,
it's perfect.
yeah, and I think it's
Welcoming and fun and
yeah.
I think everyone can relate to it. Yeah.
So, but it's. I think we're going places. We're gonna really bring a lot of joy to people. We're gonna. I mean, even just our random little quirks that we have, you guys are gonna see those, and like you'll see that there's a lot of random stuff that like I said, we're not perfect. We don't expect to be, and we're not gonna pretend to be, because that's not us. What you see is what you get.
That's right.
So
So that's a little bit about our group. That's a little bit about what we want to do, kind of where we're going. Let's spend a few minutes and talk about, a positive mindset versus a negative mindset. Let's kind of dive into that a little bit. None of us are mental health professionals. We've kind of mentioned, we've all been through things. Everyone has, and I think the difference of a negative person to a positive person is, to me, and they may have a different opinion, but is a simple decision of literally waking up one day and deciding that you're not going to be a negative person anymore. You're not going to focus on the negativity, because everyone has, I can't stress that enough. Everyone has a story, and I think some people get caught up thinking no one else has been through what I've been through. It's only me. I'm the only one that knows how bad life is, and I disagree with that mindset, because a year and a half ago I went through some stuff that I kind of had that mindset for a little bit. I'm like, man, but why? Why is this happening to me? Why am I the one that's going through this? But I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? Is it as simple as deciding I'm going to change my mindset, or do you think it's something more?
I definitely wouldn't say it's as simple as, because it's not easy.
Yeah,
it's not easy
right,
to shift your
right,
mindset.
right.
And but it is really coming down to your decision, because it is your decision on how you look at everything that's going on in your life.
Right.
Because you can look at one situation, and it could have a good outcome and a bad outcome, but you're only focusing on the bad part of it.
Yeah.
And if you start focusing on the good, you're going to see a lot more of the good coming in. It's whatever you focus on is what you're going to be seeing.
So kind of a law of attraction type.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I'm not saying that the law of attraction is the go-all, because, I mean, yeah, you can think about something and think about it, but if you're not doing the steps to work towards it,
Right.
it's never going to come to you.
So it's not just simple as thinking it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I know that, The Secret, you've heard of The Secret. Their main thing is to focus on it, and it'll come to you, right?
Right.
And well, the newer version that they came out with after says that, well, it's not just thinking about it; it's working towards.
I could think of having a Ferrari all day long, but maybe it's not going to pop in my brain. I don't know. Maybe
It might just be a
drop
Hot Wheels. It might just end up being a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't think specifically.
Exactly. And that's the thing that it comes down to, is it's without a little bit of work, you're not going to get there. And as you know, in business, that
Right.
seems to be the case.
Right.
Like you can picture what you want in a business, but unless you're working towards that, you're going to be stuck where you're at.
Right. Right.
So, and that's kind of how I see it. Is you got to put in the work, but you also have to have that positive thought process to be able to get to it.
Right. So, go ahead. Cut you off.
I was just saying, yeah.
Okay. So you have person A who's had some bad things happen in their life. You have person B who's had bad things happen in their life. Person A keeps thinking, well, this is just how it is. I'm born with this bad luck. Nothing's going to change. Person B may have thought that at one point, but one day he thinks, I'm sick of being that person that bad things happen to me, so I'm going to change. So person B starts making those little steps, starts with the thought process, then he starts, he goes out and says, I'm going to get a different job. This job I've had forever, the boss treats me like crap, I get paid minimum wage, I'm going to go acquire some new skills, and then it just kind of snowballs effect from there. I guess that's...
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, exactly. And that's kind of what I was getting at too there.
Yeah.
And it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
To you and I.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you might not think so.
Right.
But that's... You just need to make that small shift, and it's just make a small shift every day, and that one small thing will snowball.
Yep.
And you will get to where you want to be if you just change just one little thing.
Yeah, and I read something, and I haven't read for a while, so I'm sorry.
It's fine. I read for all of us.
I do enjoy positive mind shift books, business books, stuff like that, mental health awareness books. But I read something somewhere back when I read, just exactly what you said. If you make 1% change difference a day, 1 year from now, you're going to be a completely different person.
100%.
I mean, start your very first day, start with the thought, I'm going to change my attitude. Second day, I'm going to start doing 10 push-ups a day. Third day, I'm going to start walking 3 miles a day. Fourth day, I'm going to go back to school and get new skills. I mean, exactly what you said. A year from then, each day it seems like, it's not that big of a deal. But a year from then, if you stay on that course, you're going to be a completely different person physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to focus on. But it's hard because in that day, you're like, well, it's just 10 push-ups. If I skip it, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But that consistency is... And for those of you in business, I can relate to that. Consistency, or anything, but business is what I can relate to. Consistency is what really makes someone successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
because I mean, if you're only showing up to work every other day, people aren't going to know that you're going to be there
exactly
all the time.
Exactly.
And with business, they expect you to be there every day.
Yep.
So
exactly.
Yeah, that's completely understandable.
Interesting.
But any thoughts?
Lots of thoughts. She doesn't know where to start.
And that's the thing is Because with a lot of your stuff, consistency is definitely key.
Yeah.
Because you've got to be on all those social groups, pushing your cookbooks and everything for them to see them.
Yeah.
So how did you speak? Yeah, we can. I think we tie this all in with your writing.
Yeah.
So how? Tell us in a nutshell the process of how you first decided you want to write a cookbook, and then what it took to do that.
So basically, with my cookbooks, I used to struggle with eating disorders really bad, and I decided I didn't want to be that way anymore, and I didn't want my kids to ever be that way, especially my daughter. Like, I did not want her to have to go through any of that. So I started writing cookbooks to kind of help me heal my relationship with food, and it kind of just blossomed from there. And I had been doing some work with authors, helping them look through their books and doing reviews for their books, and it got me to be really good friends with one author in particular, and she helped me understand the process of writing and publishing and everything to get to the point. And right now I have 2 cookbooks and a few other different things that I've done, and I have so many plans to keep expanding from there. And who knows, maybe I'll even do some that tie into this stuff one day that go through the positivity of food and healing your relationship with food and everything. And so yeah, that's kind of just why I did the cookbooks, is more just to help others refine that food can be fun, and teach it from, even with my kids' cookbooks from a young age, that cooking can be fun. Like, it doesn't have to be stressful. Eating food doesn't have to be something you worry about as you get older and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of why I started and how that's going.
Well, I took in a lot there. We can unpack a little bit. So, so Shanna had, eating disorders, and instead of saying that's just how life is, she actually did something about it and was proactive and said, I don't want to do this. I don't want my kids to go through this. So she turned that into a complete, did a 180 with that, and actually wrote cookbooks. That's very cool. That's commendable. My brother actually had somewhat of a similar experience. Our family went through a death in our family a year and a half ago, and my brother's way of coping with it, one of my brothers, was, he said, the only way that I can relieve all the stress and this anger is to work out. And so he used to be the scrawniest little kid. I'm scrawny. He was scrawny. I mean, he was like just bones. And we always used to pick on him. He's our little brother, my little brother. But he went to the gym. He absorbed so much knowledge about how to build muscle. He read books. He watched tons of YouTube videos. He got it down to a science. Every lifting movement, the form, what you need to eat. That kid he's huge now.
Oh yeah,
he's
swole.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't wrestle him anymore. He takes me. So, it's another example of taking something negative, something tragic, trauma, and just saying, you know what, I don't want to be absorbed with this darkness, with this negativity. I'm going to do something about it. And people like Shannon, my brother, and all of us, I'm sure, have something to relate to. None of us are perfect. Sometimes we go through something traumatic and we
everybody falls. Yeah, everybody falls.
But the difference is when you decide to change that around and make yourself better because of that, it can make a world of difference. So, but yeah, none of us are perfect though. So you're gonna fall. We're all gonna fall, but
hopefully we're here to help you back up.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what our goal is to be here. If you need help, if you need just somebody to talk to, shoot us a message. We're glad to listen.
Yep.
Yeah.
We will be here because we're not professionals by any means.
We're listening ears.
But we're here for you.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
we can be good friends.
Yep, exactly.
But so that's us. I mean, in a nutshell, that's what we strive for. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're hoping to help with. And yeah, let's make this a strong, positive tribe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything you want to tell them to expect or to look for? Or?
Well, we're definitely going to be doing more of these podcasts. We'll be more focused on individual topics throughout them at this point.
Yeah, this one was just
this
kind
is
of
just a welcome to the tribe. This is
intro.
about us. But we'll be focusing on different topics and things from here on out. So we're going to be here. We're going to have topics to talk about. And hopefully you guys
Let us
follow
know where you
along, and
wanna-
we'll see
Yeah.
y'all in the next.
Yep, sounds good.